Kapag tayo po ay maraming utang na nagpapatong-patong every single day or every single month, it's really hard to keep up. Kung wala po tayong financial literacy, if we don't have the very basic knowledge in how to manage our money, we are going to make a lot of financial mistakes. If you're going to get $30 an hour, guys, that is very nice na. Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel, and in today's video ay pag-uusapan natin kung ano yung mga rason kung bakit tayo ay namumuhay ng paycheck to paycheck. But before everything else, let me tell you as a disclaimer na hindi po ako accountant and I am not a legal advisor, and all of this that I'm going to tell you today is just based on my experience and research. The first reason is lack of financial literacy. Ano ba itong lack of financial literacy? Guys, this is very basic. Ito yung basic na kailangan nating malaman para ma-manage natin ang ating pera ng mabuti at hindi tayo mabaon sa utang. So what are these things? This is like budgeting, saving, investing, and also managing our debts. Dahil kung wala po tayong financial literacy, if we don't have the very basic knowledge in how to manage our money, we are going to make a lot of financial mistakes, poor financial decisions, which will lead us to debt. Nowadays, guys, financial literacy is very easy to attain. Why? Because we can gain a lot of knowledge in the internet. If we have like multiple hours in a day to scroll in social media, to marites other people's lives, we can also look for this very basic knowledge when it comes to managing our money. Like we can get it from YouTube, courses, like there's a lot of people out there, guys, who share their personal experiences or their personal struggles when it comes to managing money before and now that they're successful. They are sharing what they were doing. And also, guys, we have these businesses, like even banks or financial institutions have like courses or the basic stuff when it comes to managing money. Reason number 2 is overspending and not budgeting at all. Overspending, guys, is the very basic mistake that we commit as an immigrant in Canada. Why? Because like for example, we are spending $2,500 a month and you're only making $2,000, which means saan mo kukunin yung $500 na kulang? So kukuha ka sa credit card, credit line, loan, whatever. That means in a year, yung 500 ma-accumulate yun plus interest, so lulubo ang utang natin. So yan ang pinakamalaking mistake na nagagawa ng mga baguhan dito sa Canada dahil hindi nila na-realize na month by month, kung kukuha ka, kung gagamitin mo yung card mo, bills pa lang yan hindi pa kasama yung mga emergencies, which means lulubo talaga yan in a year, 2 years, 3 years, and with the interest, it's hard to keep up in paying that credit card or loan. Reason number 3 on why we're living paycheck to paycheck is inadequate income. It's very common na pagdating dito sa Canada ay we are making minimum wage. Like in Saskatchewan, we have like $13 per hour, which is our minimum if I'm not mistaken. If I am, please correct me down below in the comments. But basically, if you come to Canada as like, a cook or something else, like, fast food crew or something, you're going to get the minimum wage, which is okay na siya kung wala kang utang. And as the year goes on, lalo na pag nakuha mo na yung family mo, of course, normally, yung expenses mo ay tataas din. And if you don't keep up with that demand, kung hindi ka maghahanap ng trabaho na may mas malaking salary, ay talagang kukulangin ang iyong kita. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a job that has better salary. So at least, like $20 per hour or more. If you're going to get $30 an hour, guys, that is very nice na. Because if you're only getting a low income or like the minimum wage, talagang month by month magiging paycheck to paycheck ang inyong pamumuhay. And since you are living paycheck to paycheck, which means each month you don't have the extra money to put towards your debt para yung utang mo ay matapos sa maikling panahon. You need to step up and find a better job na may higher salary, or yet you are going to find a side hustle or extra income on the side. reason number 4 on why we're living paycheck to paycheck is debt and other financial obligations that we have in our lives. Kapag tayo po ay maraming utang na nagpapatong-patong every single day or every single month, as I said, it's really hard to keep up because with credit cards, the interest is around 19 to 24%. Imagine that, guys, in a year. That is the interest that you're going to pay to that financial institution where you got your credit card. And if you have like student loan, mortgage, car loan, guys, it's really hard to keep up. Parang hindi ka na makahinga sa mga utang na ito. If you are in this kind of situation, you really need to be aware and to step up to do something about it. Dahil yung income ninyo, yung inyong sahod ay dito lang mapupunta every single month. Hindi mo pa nare-receive ang sahod mo for that period, ay wala na sa isip mo. It's all going to your bills. It's all going to your loans and all that other kind of debt that you have, which is very hard because aside from that, you don't have money for emergencies, as I said, and also you don't have money to save or to invest so that in the future when you retire, you have this kind of money that you were able to invest and pinapatubo somewhere else like in a stock or something para may i-look forward ka when you retire. And the final reason, the fifth reason why we are living paycheck to paycheck is yung mga unforeseen circumstances. As I mentioned many times earlier, the emergencies na dumarating sa ating buhay, just like, natural disasters, yung mga mawawalan tayo ng trabaho, yung mga medical emergencies. Guys, I hear a lot of stories here in Canada na they bring their parents here to, to tour or like just to have their parents here for a couple of months for a vacation. And what happens is because they're old and they have this like some sort of medical condition, they ended up being hospitalized here in Canada. And as we all know, if you're a visitor, you are not covered to the free Canadian healthcare, universal healthcare that we have if you're a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen. I always hear that they went into debt because of like so much expenses, hospital bills for their parents. And that kind of medical emergency, if you don't have the money for that because you did not prepare and you're also even living paycheck to paycheck, you just like, got that processing money for your parents from the loan or credit card. Again, that is very hard. You're going into debt. You're like diving in a pool without water. It's so hard to imagine that situation. So guys, as much as possible, if you have this small bit of money, extra money from your paycheck in a month, make sure you put it towards emergencies, or you call it emergency fund. You put like, if you have 2,000 worth of expenses in a month, you have to set aside at least 4 months worth of that expenses. So if you have 2,000, that means 2,000 times 4 is you have to have at least 8,000 somewhere else na nakalagay for emergencies. Because as an example, in 2020, a lot of people were laid off from work. So suddenly, no income is coming in. Even if we have the CERB is just for temporary supplement of your income. And we never know if the government will get it back from us, like in the future, like what happened to many of us na binawi yung pera from the government sa CERB dahil sabi ng government, you were not supposed to get it. You were not supposed to benefit from it. So what happens is, yun nga, ginamit na nila and then they have to pay it back. So guys, if that time, that 2020, when you were laid off, if you have that emergency fund na naset aside mo from somewhere else, like from a bank na hindi mo talaga siya kinuhanan from your other, expenses or needs, meron ka makukuha pag na-lay off ka, which means you're covered. Makakahinga ka ng malalim kahit na tinawagan ka na hindi ka na babalik sa work kasi marami ang nilay off ng company ninyo. So from that situation alone, guys, it's a relief, diba? Na we have some money na set aside natin for emergencies, which is very important. Because even if we have free healthcare here in Canada, we all know that if someone in our family ma-hospitalize or needs immediate care, kailangan pa rin nating gumastos ng pera kahit na libre yung hospitalization because of the miscellaneous expenses that's going to incur, and that is normal. That's why it's very important that we have some emergency fund na nakasave somewhere else. And those are the 5 reasons kung bakit tayo namumuhay ng paycheck to paycheck dito sa Canada. So if you're new to Canada, keep an eye out kung itong mga reason na ito ay papunta ka ba para maging aware ka, and you have to stop doing what you're doing right now na papunta ka na sa debt or papunta ka na sa utang. Because guys, kung andun ka na sa utang na yun, mahirap nang bumangon. It's really hard kasi nandun kami sa situation na yun for years, and we were able to bounce back because of our determination that we really need to do something about our situation. Like, we really need to step up. We don't want this life anymore. We don't want the paycheck to paycheck life anymore. So, we did something about it. And guys, kung wala pa kayo sa situation na yan, better yet, alamin nyo na kung paano kayo makaiwas. And if you are there already, make sure to do something. The first thing that you're going to do is to make yourself aware. And the second thing that you're going to do is to accept that you are in debt, that you are in big debt. And the third thing is to really push yourself to stop going into debt. Stop buying nonsense things and start saving and start paying that debt. Okay? I hope you guys found this video helpful because this paycheck to paycheck situation, guys, it's very easy to leave that. The hard thing is to get out of that situation. Dahil itong pagkakautang natin ay it's becoming a cycle na mahirap na putulin. And guys, if you have questions, please post it down below in the comments, and I would love to help you in any way that I can. I hope you find this video helpful, and please subscribe if you haven't done so, and like this video or share it to your friends or to anybody that you think will benefit this video. Okay? I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye-bye. Thank you.